What sentence is that?
That one that you were just about to finish before you pressed the record button.
No, I don't believe I will.
Oh, jeez.
No. Hi, everyone. We're back.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I certainly did. That was a terrific scene. I quite enjoyed putting that together.
Well, you need to go and watch the film. Get your act together.
So.
Stop being lazy.
So. Oh, it's the core of my life.
Being lazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Second film. Put up by, well, us. I hadn't seen it, but you've seen it loads of times. Is that correct?
Well, I'd forgotten what the film was, and you told me 3 minutes ago. Jeez. Welcome to my brain.
Hysteria.
Ah, yes, Hysteria. That's right. Yes.
You've seen it lots, right?
Yes, I have. I've seen it about 6 times.
Okay.
I shall show my prejudice right here and now. I really enjoy it.
Okay, so last week when we said we should watch it, I hadn't seen it, and Paul's seen it like a million times.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, 6.
Yep.
So it's a 2011 film, 1880, England. Dr. Mortimer Granville is trying to better medicine through new science theories, only to have to fight against doctors with age-old...
Age-old arms.
No, I just lost the word. They want to do things the old way, the traditional way.
Would you like me to stop and we'll go back again?
No.
Okay. Well,
he finds work. He finds work with a doctor who treats hysteria, a medical diagnosis made for women with sexual tendencies and every other thing under the sun. If that woman is not a standard woman of the 1880s,
I believe the term more accurately should be described as sexual frustrations.
Well, it wasn't just that. I was looking it up and it says if a woman had lack of sexual drive, too much sexual drive, bloating, abdominal pain, she was hysterical and therefore had to be treated thus.
Basically showing the signs of and symptoms of being a woman.
I was reading it and going, oh my gosh, and even up until 1952, it was still being diagnosed.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. We are Neanderthals, truly.
Oh, wow. It was a very interesting film.
Yeah. I put it up in response to what's going over in America with Judge Kavanaugh at the moment. I just thought it was mildly applicable. Just the general attitude that, men have towards women sometimes.
I just love all the other women who are just rocking up to the doctor going, we know exactly what this is about. We'll see you next week.
But the old girl, she says, same time again tomorrow.
We don't want to overindulge. See you next week.
Well, yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was very funny.
It's a very funny film.
It was very good as a story, but it was also very funny. I actually thought it was a good film.
Good story all round. I feel good. Certainly was for those women.
I don't know about I feel good. I thought it was very funny, but there's also parts where you couldn't laugh because you're thinking, oh my gosh, this woman's going to be sent to a house for the insane and had her hysterectomy done.
Yep.
Purely because she wants to look after children and women.
Yep. Now, there was a whole section of this that they could have really indulged in.
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of sections.
No.
It could have been. It could have gone either way.
In the history of feminine stimulation, shall we put it?
Oh God.
Picture this, if you will, because it was the industrial age. It was like at the height of the industrial age. There was at one stage of the game where they would have, like in a woman's hairdressers, when the 1950s where all the women are lined up and they've got the hair dryers on, that archetypical scene. Picture that instead with them all inclined. No, seriously, with inclined chairs going backwards, and there is an open PTO. A shaft running along the floor that's spinning, and there's a steam engine in the next room clattering away, and it's like there's a shaft going up into each woman's requirements, and they're all sitting there next to each other because it was mass production by this stage. And sorry everybody. It was just like some of this stuff. Like I've been aware of some of this sort of stuff for about 10-15 years now.
I have never looked up the history of the dildo.
The history of the dildo, history of all of that sort of thing. It is fascinating stuff.
I love the end credits where they're showing the time of, in the 1880s, this is what it looked like. And in the 1900s, this is what it looked like in 1910, 1920, and you're just seeing it evolve. And I'm like, oh my gosh, people use that.
Yes, it's often been an expression of, the English have given us this and the English have given us that. But I'll tell you what, it's an extraordinary... Because, you see, the Victorian age... no, I'm not going to get in trouble because this is true. The Victorian age, morals were taken to it was the peak of the Enlightenment, just before, the First World War.
Enlightenment to what?
The philosophical Enlightenment. It's just referred to as the Enlightenment. And, morals were extreme. People were very straight and, close your eyes and think of England and everything. And there was a massive level of sexual repression.
I imagine there was heaps going on.
Which is what I was referring to in The Four Feathers. Because when you repress sexual drive, it comes out in odd places. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got a bag and you're forcing pressure down on it from the top and it'll just squirt out weird places. Do you know what I mean? So you want your deviousness, you want all of that sort of stuff. Apply pressure from social norms and you'll get all of that stuff lurking under the undergrowth. It blew my mind a little bit because I just assumed that, I know women were treated like that then. Yes.
In that time period.
Some would argue that in some cases we haven't really moved on very far.
Oh, I'm not arguing that at all. But what I'm saying, that this particular time period we're looking at, the 1880s, women basically had a set role, and they had to be a set personality, and if they deviated from that, they must be crazy or sick or whatever. And put into a mental institution.
One of my favourite scenes is when the lead heroine comes in. And,
which one? There's a few lead women
in
this.
No. I can't remember her name. The lead woman.
Oh, Charlotte Dalrymple.
That's the one.
Yes, played by Maggie Gyllenhaal,
Yes, I couldn't pronounce the name, so I wasn't even going to try. I was just going to kind of sit there and wait for you to...
Oh, no, I just recognised her because she's in Nanny McPhee, the second movie, and my daughter loves that.
Is that Nanny McPhee?
No. Emma Thompson is Nanny McPhee,
right.
But there's two Nanny McPhee movies. I don't know why I'm discussing this.
For some
through
reason,
this.
I thought she was Emma Thompson, and I have thought so for so long.
No.
Well, she's always in all that, the period guff.
Yeah, well, that's because she's a good actress, and that's her
and she's got a good proper English accent, and so I just naturally assumed that this was Emma Thompson.
No, Emma Thompson's a lot older.
Am I stereotyping Emma Thompson? I think I am.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll have to find an Emma Thompson film for you. She's in King Lear, isn't she?
Yes,
she's
I
in
believe
King
she
Lear.
is.
We should do King Lear.
I think she might be Gonigal or something like that. She might be one of the evil sisters, which she'd be superb in.
So maybe we should put that up. But no, this woman's a lot young. Well, I wouldn't say... I don't want to bag out Emma Thompson. Anyway, no, she's not Emma Thompson.
Next week, can we move the movie that we're going to pick and put in King Lear?
Have you got King Lear?
Yes, I do.
Okay, done.
Yes.
I would like it. It's got Anthony Hopkins in it.
Yes. It's got
cool.
Anthony Hopkins. It's got all the proper actors. The ones that come from England.
Yeah. No, I was just saying because my daughter keeps watching this one film over and over again. It's that second Nanny McPhee film.
Oh,
and
God.
She's the mother in that film.
Yes.
So the woman who plays Charlotte Dalrymple.
We are digressing.
Sorry.
Yes. Sorry. But anyway, we worked out next film. So yes, I found it marvellous entertaining. But what I was going to say is when she bursts into that scene and he's just looking at her.
Are you talking at the dinner table?
No.
Which scene?
Oh, yes.
Which
no,
scene?
When she first bursts out.
Oh, when he first walks in and he's standing at the door waiting to go in.
That woman is hysterical, But and she wasn't. She was just bloody angry, And it was just this look at this, just all the prim and proper, prissy, Victorian standards just coming smack into the middle of this woman who's,
Well, this woman is speaking loudly.
Yeah.
And she's talking about women's rights. Oh, my gosh.
Pardon me, people.
What a crazy woman.
Oh, yes. No, it was terrific stuff. So, look, there is nothing that says women's rights better than a suffragette because, she was a full-blown...
Full extreme, yes.
Chest-beating suffragette, terrific. Fantastic. Okay, well, what... So... Sorry, I just had a little brain fart
I
there.
did see that. I was enjoying it.
So sorry, people.
I felt like I should have had popcorn for that.
What I was... Oh. You're a horrible person. Have I told you how horrible you are sometimes?
At least once a week.
You're awful. Honestly. I never say anything nasty or bad about you, ever. You just kick me when I'm down.
You're not down. I just kick you when you're sitting
No,
there.
I'm down now. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
You were saying sorry while you had your brain fart.
Oh, yes. There goes the second one. What is your star... That's all I was trying to say. What's your star rating?
Oh,
Unless you want to talk about something else about it in specifics.
no, I found it was just a nice, funny film.
Yep.
With an underlying
Yes. A moral
message.
punch to the gut.
Yes.
As it were.
So a comedy with a message.
Comedy with a message, yes.
Which, you know what, they're always good because they make you think afterwards. Especially when they've got, you know, little notes at the end which make you just go, oh my gosh, 52. Anyway, so
Yeah, that was
blew my
just
mind.
a nice little twist, wasn't it?
I reckon I'd give it an 8. I actually enjoyed it. It was funny.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm quite chuffed that you really enjoyed it. But I thought would have been very surprised had you not. But I don't know any more about your sense of humour. It's a little bit suspect.
Hey,
I
have you
to
not
say.
enjoyed all the films I've put up?
Oh, let's not do this again.
Come on.
No, I'm not doing
You
this
just go,
again. You're
yes.
going to,
Yes, Pippa, I reckon your films are pretty good.
like all screaming jets, you're going to crash and burn one day. I'm sure. Okay, so you gave it an 8.
Yes.
Right. Well, because I've watched this so many times, and it's very nearly a favourite. It very nearly is. I'm going to be extra harsh on it.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Why do you do that? That's just crazy.
In the interest of fairness.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the pacing's good. I think the acting is superb. I think the cinematography is excellent. Although it's all very small sets, but it's shot well.
Oh, it's supposed to be that, though.
yes.
I think it's done well.
I can't think of anything that's wrong with it.
Well, then what star rating would you give it?
Well,
Paul?
this is it. I mean, I can't think of anything wrong with it. Can you?
No?
No. It's a very innocuous little film. He comes
No, it's
across
a
and
good
goes, ta-da, at the end and takes a bow and walks off the stage. It just does its thing.
I thank you.
I thank you. Goodbye. Good night. So, look, God, I don't want to come into the same score as you.
Why? What's
Well,
wrong with the score I
That'd
gave?
be 2 in the one night.
Would that really end your world?
You'd be surprised.
Would that open a big wormhole?
You'd be
Suck
very
the world
surprised.
in? Would the world end?
Quite possibly.
No.
Uh,
It just means that we agree. Is that so bad?
I think it's 9. No, I do. I just, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing, and it's funny. It entertains.
Oh, it was very entertaining.
It does
It's funny.
everything. It ticks all the boxes, and the performances are excellent by everybody.
And educational.
What do you think of the red-headed maid? Who was the whore?
Molly.
Isn't she great?
She was awesome. She was very funny. I loved her. She was hilarious.
Look,
Sheridan Smith.
I
yeah.
wouldn't even think about whether I'd recommend this to people because I know I have. And I have recommended this many times to many people of both sexes and of different ilks.
No, I think it's a good, funny film.
I don't think I've ever had anybody watch it and then come back and, say, what were you thinking? Everybody that I've sat down and watched it with, they've all laughed and it's been a terrific film. So, yep, it's a good one.
So 9 from you and 8 from me.
Yep, go watch it, guys.
Yes, it was funny. If you want a good little comedy, go for it.
Yes. Well, that was quite a quick one, actually.
Well, it just sort of worked.
It did. There's not a lot to say other than we could describe the whole thing ad nauseum, but you should really
Yeah, I think
go and
people should watch it.
And you will not regret it. It's really good stuff.
Cool. So for next week, your friend Stewie, hi Stewie,
Hi, Stu.
has put up Sunshine. He would like us to
Where
review it
has he put it?
on the Facebook page.
Right, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was in fact me who wrote it up. But I was sitting there in this place and they wanted to talk films.